Hello, my name is Ksenia and I'm an educator. I work with students and teachers and help them to learn something new as I always do. I believe our mind has great potential, but very often we just don't know how to open it. But my opinion was not always like that. At school, I thought that I was just an ordinary girl who didn't understand some mathematical issues. To be honest, I had some problems with this subject and some others. And I thought that the problem was with me, as I have a humanitarian mindset. But after getting acquainted with the book Limitless Mind by Joe Bowler, I changed my mind. So this is the book I'm going to talk about. And my mind changed to the following. I think that the problem is with the methods of teaching. Can you boast that you understood every subject at school? Me not. So, in my speech, I'm going to give a short summary of the book of the professor of education at Stanford University, who spent decades studying the impact of beliefs and bias on education. I'm going to reveal the 6 keys unlocking the learning potential based on the latest scientific findings, which are given in this book. And also, I'm going to share my opinion about this book and criticize a little bit. And at the end of my speech, I give some recommendation to whom I recommend to read this book. So, first of all, Joe gives the idea of bad impact of a fixed mindset, and she advises us to try to change our mind to the growth mindset. She gives a bunch of examples and some proofs of different scientists who claim that our mind is plastic. In her book, she reveals the 6 keys of successful study which students and teachers should follow. The first key is that when we study and overcome difficulties, our mind forms new neural links. The more difficult tasks we do, the more our mind grows and develops. The second key says that the moments we struggle and making mistakes are the best to develop our mind. We should encourage making mistakes and being not afraid of them. The third key says that when we change our settings, our body and our brain change physically. If we believe that we can learn anything or be healthier, so we become the better versions of ourselves. The fourth key says that our neural links and the process of learning optimize when we use the multiple approach to new ideas. We should try different new ways to learn something new, not just one, in case we face problems. The fifth key says that the mind speed is not a measure of our skills. Optimal study is possible if you do the theory and practice in agile and creative way. The sixth key claims that the relationships of people and ideas develop new neural ways and optimize the process of studying. It means that you do learn better in groups while working in group and discussing something or collaborate with each other. Well, these are the 6 keys which unlock our barriers to study. In my opinion, the book is written in an easy and interesting language. But unfortunately, I was lack of examples, of more examples of how to follow this key in real life. The examples written in a book are very general. It's difficult to understand how to make them real if you have a fixed mindset. But if you're a creative person, I think that these examples will be enough for you. Otherwise, you should maybe attend some seminars of this professor to understand how it works, for example, at school. I recommend to read this book to all the teachers and also to the parents who are interested in the future of their children. While reading this book, I realized that the teachers at my school locked my potential in some cases, and I believe that if they knew this information and followed these keys, I think that I understood more and knew more information than I do now. If you if you're not sure of yourself, or if you feel scared, for example, while speaking to your boards or at the meetings, you definitely should read this book. Everybody can change your mind if your wishes. Our mind grows and develops every day in case we do or learn something new. If you choose to learn and don't be afraid of mistakes, you're on the right path to follow. I hope that my summary of this book, Limitless Mind, arouse the interest to read it. Anyway, I'll be glad to answer your questions. Thank you.